Mr. Begley, members of the board, we do have two items for board discussion this evening. Our first one is in regard to the roof project at South Elementary. This time I'll turn it over to Mr. Perry.
Thank you, Mr. Smith, Mr. Begley, members of the board. The item for discussion this evening is in reference to the roof project at South Elementary. While working on this project, we have discovered an issue with the cap edge around the entire building. Over time, this area has worn to the extent that water is getting into the building down the exterior walls. The current vendor, Garland DBS, has the experience to fix this issue while on site. This will require an increase to the previous approved amount for the project by approximately $95,981. The previous approved amount for the roof repair and replacement at South Elementary was $331,940. At the next meeting, I will be requesting board approval for the new increased total project amount of $427,921. This work can be completed while students are in session without interruption. I also would like to highlight that performing all of this work at once does present a cost savings while the vendor is on site, and by not spreading in the project over a 2 to 3 year budget cycle will not require the vendor to reorganize multiple times. So to highlight or to go a little bit more detailed, when I say the cap edge, that is the from the road or from the outside, it's literally the outer ring of the entire building. So where the stone on top meets the walls as they come up, around the edge there, that area has eroded in many places where water has slowly been able to work in there. So this is a long-term fix. If we do move forward with the project, we are actively putting on a 30-year warranted roof on. So this would take care of South for quite a long time, keeping our students and staff dry, to say the least. So do you have any questions in regards to?
What year was self-built? 74, 5, somewhere in there? Anybody?
1972.
72. Okay.
It's done well.
Right.
Yeah.
That's 50 plus years.
Correct. So
Is there, do we know, is there any sort of damage inside the building if water is getting in?
So where it does come in or where it has come in the most, there is visual damage. The team, towards the end of summer, because we kind of waited a little bit to make sure we were capturing as much as possible, they actually went into those rooms and they actually scraped away and then painted. We used a, don't know what to call it, like a water sealant paint, and then we painted over that with the classroom color. So we did mitigate as much as possible before staff and students came back. And then if we do move forward with this project, then we shouldn't have to come back to repair anything within the classrooms.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good question. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Perry.
No, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, our next item for board discussion, board policies. Mrs. Howard.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Mr. Begley, members of the board, I have three items, three pieces of policy with revised language for discussion this evening. The revised language is in your board packet, and it matches what I sent you earlier this week for review. First two, actually, policy AC, non-discrimination, and policy ACAA, sexual harassment. Both of these current policies reference the name of our bullying and harassment specialist and Title IX coordinator. And Jenny Thompson is now in that position, so you'll simply see the changes reflecting having her information in that policy now. And then the third policy is policy IKF, graduation requirements. Senate Bill 17 amended ORC, which then had an impact on the financial literacy requirements for graduation. Under previous law, students needed to complete 1/2 unit of financial literacy instruction as part of their high school curriculum, either as an elective or in lieu of 1/2 unit of mathematics instruction. And under the new law, students can fulfill that 1/2 unit requirement by completing an advanced placement microeconomics or an AP macroeconomics. So the recommended change is a simple change in there that just reflects that that is now an option for students to meet that requirement for graduation. So pending any discussion or questions, these policies will be on our September 5th board agenda for approval.
I do have a question. I really meant to reach out to you prior to this, but I think I can ask you now, and I'm sure you'll have some idea, and that's advanced placement classes, microeconomics, macroeconomics, but do they really delve into the topic of financial literacy, or is the thought just that this advanced class kind of encompasses everything?
So my understanding is that the advanced class that they're talking about matches what the Senate bill is saying are the requirements of teaching for
Financial literacy?
For financial
Yeah.
literacy, yeah.
Right.
But
Okay.
I can look more into that and send you some more information if you'd like that.
I think that's sufficient. My concern is if someone's just making the assumption that because we're taking this high-level class, it's encompassing it, are they still being taught the basics of financial literacy, which are important regardless of what your academic pace is?
Absolutely.
And I'll just add quickly, we don't even offer those two AP courses here right now. So that, even though we're required to update the policy to reflect that change, internally,
Yeah.
our students don't have that option. So everyone will be taking the financial literacy course that's required. So,
But should a student move in midway through their high school career and they have that on their transcript, it would count as meeting
I
that
see.
requirement.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Anything else?
I just want to commend you. I hope you are excited about these policies.
Oh, yes, I'm so excited, yes.
And I just appreciate your guys' diligence with that, and you constantly learning the evolutions of all the different laws that pass and how that reflects on our policies. So thank you.